I am going to provide you a very, very important informations regarding the path to Australia. I'm sure all the physiotherapists out here are sitting with a lot of questions and queries, but a small request, please listen to me, or rather have a keen insight on the presentation which is being presented to you. We have sort of simplified everything so that you understand things well. But even after that, if you have any query, then one by one we'll take up your queries. You can unmute yourself and you can talk to us right after the presentation. Okay, so I think we are good to go. I'll just share my screen and anyone of you just confirm whether it's visible or not. Okay. We are going to have an interactive session, guys, and we'll take up your queries in the end. Okay, is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, so let's start with the webinar. Everyone, all the physiotherapists out here, please pay attention to whatever is being told. You will be, your queries will be taken up. I will be going very slow, making you understand the important steps and the entire procedure, simplifying it to the best of what we could do, and then we'll take up your queries, okay? All right, so let's start with today's webinar, everybody. Once again, very good evening to all of you. We're going to talk about the roadmap to register with Australian Physiotherapy Council. So to all the physiotherapists out here, here is our presentation. First, we'll be starting with introducing our team to you. So this is our team right on your screen about Academically. So as you all know, you would be knowing through the social media also about our CEO and our team. We are an edtech, or rather a healthcare edtech, who is destined to provide better career opportunities to you. And we want you to explore and know what are the things and what are the opportunities for you, not only in Australia, but also in the other countries. And we not only cater to physiotherapists, but rather a range of healthcare services, a range of healthcare professionals who want to ace their career, who want to migrate abroad, and who want to set up their own practice, and who want to have their good job opportunity in the careers abroad. So as you all can see on the screen, headquartered in Australia, we are in EdTech, and we aim at helping healthcare professionals excel in their lives and career. So guys, basically Academically was established by Dr. 𝗙𝗏𝗃, who's our CEO. Sir himself is an educationist and a healthcare professional, and he's got years of experience across several roles, not only in India, obviously in Australia, he's a well-known personality, and also Malaysia. So our team basically offers support to all the healthcare professionals so that they can upscale their careers by migrating to Australia, not only Australia, to the other countries. Definitely today we'll be talking about Australian Physiotherapy Council, but our webinars also deal with the other healthcare professionals. So if you have your friends, or if you have your colleagues or your family who want to migrate to the other countries, or who are from the other healthcare professional background as well, they can be helped through the initiative we at Academically bring forth in front of you. So Academically offers guidance, resources, and definitely an unwavering support to all of you. Let's talk about our founder and CEO. So how did this Academically thing, or how did our institution come into force? So basically, it's the vision, and it's the dream, and it's the, you could say the intuitionness of our CEO, Dr. Akram. Sir is an esteemed clinical pharmacist. He has been a distinguished professor and an accomplished research scientist, and he's got an impressive 15 years of teaching and research experience in various countries, which you can see on your screen. So with a determination, so he always, so there's this thing that if you talk about the other professions, right? If you talk about engineering, or if you talk about any other BCA or any other random profession, usually colleges offer placements to them. But healthcare is such domain wherein there is no scene of placement is there, or there is no short guarantee to you that yes, after finishing up this particular course, or after going through this particular hard work, you would be awarded with a job, or you would be awarded with a good career opportunity. That's the same problem which every healthcare professional, whether it's you or it's me or it was Sir himself, he literally encountered that, and he wanted to do something for the healthcare community, and that is where the vision of Academically came. So with a determination to help healthcare professionals across the globe so that they could achieve their dreams of moving abroad, Sir started Academically. right? If you want to know about his entire journey, how he got into this, you can watch it on Hotstar also. There's an episode dedicated to our CEO, or rather our team academically, on Brands of Tomorrow season 3. So if you want, you can watch that. It's very inspiring, guys. If you want, you can really go through it. So through this initiative, he provides education and training to not only pharmacists, but medical doctors, dentists like us, and physiotherapists, definitely, for various medical registration exams, not only in Australia, but the other countries also. And to further support the career advancement of healthcare professionals, we have also launched a study abroad program. Suppose if you're not able to, prepare well because you're working, you don't have time to prepare for the licensing exams, and you want to do your masters from the any country in the world, we also have a study abroad vertical for you all, so that you can pursue your higher education abroad and from there. All right, so here in front of you on the screen are our academic heads. Introducing Dr. Rini Sharma. She serves as the assistant academic head at Academically, and ma'am brings over a decade of medical expertise to the role. So whatever content preparation, whatever courses, if you talk about physiotherapy, dental or medical or optometry, number of courses, medical courses, everything is headed by Dr. Rini. We have an experience of her putting up a lot of effort into the content and into the classes and the curriculum which we are imposing for our children. And she has completed her MBBS and MD from India and an MBA from Charleston Southern University. So she's a distinguished researcher and has contributed to several impactful research papers and studies or not. So she basically oversees the development and updation of all the courses, and she actually mentors and helps global doctors to avail the best curriculum and study resources, and keeps us also on our toes. And Dr. Alok, as you all can see, sir is the assistant academic head for the pharmacy courses. All right, so here introducing our faculty count to you all, guys. So Dr. 𝗙𝗥𝗘𝗃, all of them are AFRA registered, working in Australia with a minimum experience of 8 to 9 years, and they have traveled and they have finished up with the APC exam or from different countries, from their own countries, and they actually have established themselves not only as physiotherapists but also as physiotherapy institution itself, because they have a lot of experience. They have a lot of they would be able to provide with you a lot of guidance to the preparation course, whatever you would do, because the similar struggle which you guys are facing, they have faced the same thing and they have come out of it and flourished with flying colors. So these are our faculties: Kushangi ma'am, Prachi ma'am, Mansi ma'am, Dilpreet ma'am, all of them APC qualified, AFRA registered, working in Australia. So they have a very good patient-to-patient experience also, which they share in the classes. Sometimes I go through it also. So now the question is, why choose Australia? Guys, as you all can see on the screen, 1,85,000 visa offers is what you get, 6,000 plus job vacancies is what you have, and you get a salary up to 1 lakh AUD, which is a lot if you compare to the South Asian countries. And we are giving you a testimonial of it also. If you look at seek.com.au, right, you can see the job posting. So right now you have 5,570 jobs in seek.com as a physiotherapist in Australia. All right, and this is the average salary which you get. So job opportunities are almost 2,000. Salary is $190K. Job growth is 27.8%, and there's a good job satisfaction also. Why there is job satisfaction? Because in Australia you have a high earning potential. As I mentioned, you have an annual salary that go up to AUD 1 lakh. Right? Migrating to Australia as a physiotherapist has an immensely high earning potential. You have a great quality of life, you have a great standard of living, career opportunities are really good, you have a good work-life balance. So that is something which people vouch for. You don't get that in the South Asian countries, right? But there you have a very good work-life balance. You have to work only from Monday to Friday, and weekends are proper weekend. You also get vacations in the month of December and January. That's totally, a vacation time. 2 months vacation is what you get there. So, and also regarding the professional development, because you come across latest technologies, you come across the ongoing professional development opportunities which can help you advance your skill and knowledge. And definitely for your family, you have free education, and there are several perks which the country offers to the residents. Right, you have a free healthcare access, you have free education for your children. Also, the environment is good, and so there are a lot of things which can't even be counted on. Now, if you are a physiotherapist sitting right in front of me, and I'm the mediator who would be giving you information about how to migrate to Australia, the only first thing which would come into your mind is, how is the APC exam conducted? What is the format? And what is all about APC written assessment? right? So basically, guys, whichever country it is, be it Australia or Dubai or any other country, they want you to be a registered physiotherapist in your own country, in whichever country you're from. And they want you also to know the Australian guidelines. How does a physiotherapist work in Australia? Right? Sorry. How do you tackle the patients? How do you go through it? Is what APC wants. So APC exam is basically a scenario-based exam. They'll give you case studies, they'll give you scenarios. How do you react? Are you according to the Australian guidelines or not? That is what is the basic thing. So APC is the Australian Physiotherapy Council exam, and they basically check the competence of overseas physiotherapists and grant them registration in Australia. Now, what's the purpose of this exam? The sole purpose of this exam is to ensure that internationally qualified physiotherapists who want to practice in Australia, do they have the necessary knowledge to practice safely and effectively or not in their countries? What is their goal? Okay. So guys, APC is a remote exam. You can take it from your house. I repeat, you do not have to travel to any center. If you're staying in Australia, then definitely you can go to the center and sit for the exam. Or you can just sit at your home. The way you're sitting now and taking up this webinar, you can take that exam that easily. So there's all the myth that you have to travel to Australia and everything. For written assessment, you have to sit at your home and take the exam. It's a remote exam. Yeah, for practical part, which is the second stage of APC exam, for that you have to travel to Melbourne, right? So APC written assessment is conducted 4 times a year. So you don't get 1 year, like one opportunity in the entire year, like NEET, PG and others, right? You get 4 times the opportunity. You can sit it for the exam in March, in June, in September and December, and there is no limit to it. Okay, I'll tell you how. All right. And so as I told, APC is a remotely supervised exams conducted 4 times a year. That means the candidates from India can complete the written assessment from India itself. What is the eligibility criteria? You have to finish up with the 4 years of bachelor's degree. If you are a fresher, please listen to me carefully. If anybody is a fresher out here, you can apply for the APC written assessment. It's just that you must be a registered physiotherapist. Usually APC accepts IAP certificate, Indian Association of Physiotherapy certificate. You have to be an IAP registered certificate if you are from India and you want to migrate to Australia and if you want to sit to the APC exam. If you're not from India, if you're from the other country like Pakistan or Bangladesh or any other country, you have to be registered with your state council or your national council, physiotherapy council. Okay. Now, suppose you have to prepare for the APC exam. There are 3 steps. First, you have to get the eligibility. That means what? APC should be informed. APC should be made to believe that you are a registered physiotherapist. You are an authentic person, right? And how do you do that? That is the eligibility assessment. So you need to submit your document, all right? Whatever documents list I'll show you. If that is accepted by APC, then APC will grant you the eligibility that yes, you are a registered physiotherapist in your country. You can sit for my APC licensing exam, right? So when you get the eligibility, you get an interim certificate. Now that interim certificate, once you get, is valid for 2 years. That means within those 2 years, you can sit for the APC exam for almost 8 times. And suppose on the 8th time also, you are not able to sit for the examination, you can renew your interim certificate, which again permits you to sit for the exam for the other years also. So you need to have the eligibility assessment done, and the cultural safety is what? Cultural safety is similar to the culture of Australia. There are small videos which you have to go through and that's it. Okay, so you get an interim certificate. On the basis of that interim certificate, you sit for the written exam. Once you qualify your written exam, you can practice as a registered, limited registered physiotherapist in Australia. Okay, so you don't have to travel to Australia to, practice as a physiotherapist. Even if you sit at your home, you get the interim certificate, you pass the written exam, you can practice as a limited registration physiotherapist in Australia. You travel to Australia, then you prepare for the practical exam. You can do that as well. So 4 steps, as you can see: interim certificate, written exam. For visa, you need to clear the English proficiency test and then your clinical or the practical exam. So what are the documents you require for the eligibility, guys? That's called a skill assessment, your physiotherapy degree, your consolidated mark sheet, which is the transcript, your work experience. If you have, good. If you don't have, that's fine. Your valid passport, your government ID proof, passport size photograph, and your registration certificate. English proficiency, Any of these three you can do. OET and PTE are considered to be a bit easier. So we at Academically also provide you with the preparation of English courses as well. All right. So IELTS, you need an individual band score of 7. For PTE, score of 65 or higher is required. And for OET, Occupation English Test, you require 350 out of 500. This is for the visa purpose. This you can do even after your written exam preparation. All right. So what is the format of this APC written exam? Now, don't read this. Look at me. Look at me, everybody. Okay. So basically, suppose today is your exam. There are 2 sittings in the examination. First half, lunch break, 1 hour, second half. So 2 hours of first half and 2 hours of second half, total 4 hours of your examination. Within those 2 hours, within the first set of 2 hours, you get 15 scenario-based questions. Okay. And in the second half also you get 15 scenario-based questions. So total how many questions? 30 scenario-based questions in 4 hours. Now in one scenario, you have 4 sub-questions. Suppose there's a question that there's this patient who was swimming and he got hurt in the hip area, hip joint. They'll ask you, this is the case, okay? And the first question to it is, which is the area likely to be damaged the most if he was swimming in this particular thing? Okay. Or the second question, which nerve got damaged a lot, right? Is it between L3, L4 or what? So on the basis of that scenario, you'll be having 4 sub-questions. All right. So 15 into 4, 60 questions. 60 questions to be done in 2 hours. Okay. For the first half. Similarly, 60 questions to be done in the second half. All right. So the total score, maximum score is 1000. You have to score 500. And you'll be getting mixed questions of Neuro, CP and MSK. Okay. Your average score should be 500 if you have to qualify this particular exam. There is no negative marking and the duration of preparation is 16 weeks. With Academically, you can prepare it within 4 months. People have cleared it also with working thing. And you are eligible for permanent visa. You get 189, you get 190 PR visa. You get sponsored visa 482. For that 2-year experience is required. For 494, 2-year experience again. For 491, regional sponsored visa. And the physiotherapists have a special visa that is 409 training visa with no experience. So these are the sponsored visa which you get from your employer. Okay, and if you apply for limited registration also, your employer helps you in the visa process and you're getting the AFRA registration and everything is very smooth if you if you vouch for an employer. So what are the program highlights of Academically? You have an instructor-led self-paced content. One-on-one mentoring with us is there. You have extended access to the content because you have the recorded lectures also. Suppose you're working and you're not able to attend the live lectures, you have a flexible schedule. These kind of webinars happen with industry mentors, with your faculties and everything. Feedback and assessment is done always. We have AI-powered, artificial intelligence-powered brand test. We give you, assist you for placement and visa support. And we give you tips on CV writing and cover letter generation as well. This is your government fee structure. So for English proficiency, it's around about 285 AUD. For interim certificate and cultural safety, the council charges you 1364 AUD. Written assessment 1958 AUD, and for clinical assessment, it's 4263 AUD. Okay. This is our March 2025 success stories. There were many more, but these were the initial ones. So just now they have cleared the APC exam and they are preparing for the practicals now. Okay. Now, suppose you don't want to sit for the examination, guys. Okay. Then is there a shortcut process? If you don't want to sit for the examination, don't want to prepare through registration. So we'll talk about the alternative pathway. For that, we have the HCPC for UK. You need to get registered in UK, then New Zealand, and then Australia. So what is HCPC registration? HCPC is basically Health and Care Professions Council. So basically, HCPC register for getting the registration of physiotherapist in UK, you do not have to sit for the examination. Okay. So you have to add 4,000 or 24,100 plus visas for skilled workers, 3,000 plus current job openings, and you get an annual salary of £40,500 in UK. Again, in UK, there are no qualifying examination and there's a growing field. So the physiotherapists, they get a lot of offers like flexible working hours, part-time options, possibility of self-employment, work-life balance. So you just have to finish up either BPT or MPT, get a bit of experience like 1 or 2 years, and you should not have been previously registered with HCPC. You have to finish up with the English test. IELTS is mandatory, but now they've also come up with OET. OET and TOEFL has also been added now. Okay, so you get registration with the HCPC. You get the HCPC registration only with the documentation process. All right, what do? You read and understand the standard of proficiency. There's a course information form which your college will fill up. You'll submit that. You will give your documents for scrutiny that please check, pay the scrutiny amount. They'll check and they'll give you an email that yes, you are fit for the registration. You pay the registration fee, you get registered to work in UK. How will it help in Australia? Suppose you have got registered, you're a physiotherapist in your home country, you get the UK registration, you can transfer your registration from UK to New Zealand, guys. We help you with that also. Work for 2 years in New Zealand and get your registration transferred to Australia. So without the APC exam also, you can practice as a physiotherapist in Australia through this particular pathway if you do not want to sit for the APC exam. And the list of documents will be given to you. Step-by-step guidance will be given to you. The registered trainer will personally guide you and you get exclusive tips on getting registered quickly and easily. So why become a physiotherapist in UK, New Zealand, and Australia? You see the current job openings in UK, you see the current job openings in Australia. Similar thing is with New Zealand. So suppose you get registered with physiotherapy in HCPC in UK. What you have to do? Now, if you want to shift it to NZ, very simple. You have an international special expressway pathway. If you go through the general pathway, it will take time. But if you go as a HCPC registered physiotherapist, you go through international expressway pathway, wherein you have to just submit your documents. They'll review it. They'll give you a heads up and you get registered. Now, when you get registered in New Zealand, you have to work in New Zealand for 2 years at least. And then through Trans-Tasman Mutual Recognition Pathway, you can transfer your registration from New Zealand to Australia only through the documentation, similar documentation process. Okay? So we have given you both the ideas. So why trust academically, guys? You get 1,000 plus positive reviews and greater than 90% success rate. You have a great faculty profile. The course content is good. The alumni network is right. People have gone there and you could get a guidance from them. We have tips and tricks session. We have alumni meet sessions often, which would help you if you come enroll with us. You get a personalized approach of teaching and you can visit our office here in Dehradun. We have a recently opened office in Hyderabad and the Australian office is definitely there. This is the media coverage. We're featured on Farm Tutor, News Nation, Economic Times, News 18, Hindustan Times, Startuppedia, and many more. As you can see, we're featured in Outlook, Economic Times, Times of India, farmbiz.com, Startup Rise. And Sir has got a lot of, recently got Times Power Brands Reward and Recognition. And you can find us on Google. And these are our social media handles. So guys, please follow and so that you can get the recent updates on Academically.MedCare, on Academically channel, on YouTube. Dr. Akram has got his own channel of Academically, so you can follow that. You can contact us on this. So we have a recently opened office in Amirpet, Hotel Kinara Grand, Hyderabad. So if you're joining from Hyderabad, you can go and visit our experience center over there and you can get the information or whatever queries you have with your friends and your families. And also you can go and vouch for us. So this is it from our side. Acha, one more thing. I was talking about study abroad, guys. So 𝗙𝗏𝗃 is our platform, which is the study abroad platform by Academically. So if you're not able to prepare for the licensing exams and you want to do your post-graduation or your studies from abroad, please reach us out to at 𝗙𝗏𝗃 by Academically. This is our study abroad program. And this is the QR code. You can scan this and you can follow us on Instagram so that you get the recent updates on how people are moving and what are the opportunities for you as a physiotherapist over there. Also, to get all important updates, FAQs, syllabus changes, and top resources at one place, please join our WhatsApp channel, not only for physiotherapy, but pharmacists, dentistry, medical doctors, nursing, optometry, and everything. So you can scan this QR code and you can join our WhatsApp channel also. We would be happy to help you out. So this is it from my presentation, guys. Now we'll be taking up your queries one by one. Just allow me some time to show you the tab of WhatsApp channel and you can unmute yourself and you can ask your queries one by one. Yes. I will just click on present. Okay, so you can raise your hand. I'll call out your name and you can ask your query one by one. Okay. Let me see who's the first one. Yes. Waiting for your questions, guys. Okay, Ekta. Yes, please raise your hand. We can have a one-on-one conversation. People were there. Nawab, you had raised your hand. Pratyusha had raised her hand. Any questions from you all? Or is it very clear? Guys, yes, Karthik, please unmute yourself.
What about the success ratio of this examination preparation?
Okay, talking about the success ratio, Karthik, if you prepare well, there are many students who have just prepared for 2 to 3 months and got selected. There are some students who wait for some time, leave their jobs, prepare, and then get success. So it totally depends upon the hard work you put on it, right? Because the material and everything and the guidance is given to all of them, right? So you
Ma'am,
have to have that passion. Yeah.
ma'am, as I was looking, there were many of them attending the seminar, like 40, 50, and
Hmm.
but the result is showing only for 4 to 10 something.
Many of them were attending the webinar. Not
Yes, ma'am.
all the students who attend the webinar enroll, and not all the students who enroll sit for the exam, because you get the exam to sit for the exam 4 times, correct? It's not like NEET, no, that all the students have to sit only at one day, like NEET was on 4th. So if you're preparing for NEET, you have to appear for that particular exam only. Here, some people get the eligibility, they sit, and then they crack the exam. So it was written, no, and many more. We can't, like, you cannot display everybody over there, right? So it depends upon you also. When you are preparing, you're sitting for the exam and then you are
And
clearing it
what
up.
about the number of students who are preparing with you?
It's confidential. We can't share, no?
Ma'am,
Karthik?
rough idea near about.
Many, many, many. It's up to you. If you want to go abroad, if you want to go to the statistics, and let me take about NEET only. Simple question about NEET. Okay. So I am a dentist myself. I have qualified NEET. You would also have sat for the NEET exam, if whether or not, I'm not sure. So
Yes.
that time also, yeah, if you look at the stats, every year in NEET also 28 lakh students sit. But do all of them qualify? No. But that doesn't mean that people won't try
Yes.
to become doctors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it depends upon you. We are ready to give you the entire course and guidance, and the faculties who are working over there will be there with you, but it is you who has to put up the approach, right? Yeah. You can keep your hand down if your question has been answered. Yes. Kyler Trey. Yes, Kayla, you can please ask your question. Yes, please unmute. Yeah. Yes, Kayla, I'm all ears to you. Kayla, you are not audible to me. Kayla, are you speaking? Yeah, please unmute yourself, Kayla, and speak up. Okay, Kayla, you can drop your question on the chat box because I'm not able to hear you. Let me move on to Dr. Saima Shah. Dr. Saima, please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes. Hi.
Hi. So I wanted to ask regarding then when can we give the IELTS exam, English proficiency?
Okay. Dr. Saima, IELTS can be given even after written assessment because that's important for your visa thing. You don't require IELTS for interim certificate eligibility or for your written examination. Okay. You require IELTS to travel to Australia to either practice as a limited registration physio or to sit for the practical examination or whatever. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. There's one more person. There's Kyler. Please put up your query on the chat box because I can't hear you. Okay, Ruchi. Ruchi, you don't have any question? Gautam, please unmute yourself. Gautam? Yes,
Hello,
Gautam.
ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Good
Hi.
evening.
Okay, there's Ruchi. Ruchi, I'll
Yes,
come up
ma'am.
to you. Okay, I'll come up to
Okay,
you.
sure.
I'll finish
Okay.
up with Gautam. Yes, Gautam.
Ma'am, recently I have heard that the New Zealand pathway is closed, but you mentioned this in today's webinar.
New Zealand pathway. So there are two things. Okay, Gautam. Number one, you are a registered physiotherapist in India. Are you from India? Gautam?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you are a registered physio from India. You have the IIP registration, correct? Now, suppose if you want to go to New Zealand,
Yes, ma'am.
there to go to New Zealand, you do not have to sit for any licensing exam. Okay. You can get yourself registered through the general pathway. Okay. And work there as a physiotherapist. This is the first catch. Second catch is
Okay.
suppose you want to work in New Zealand through, and actually your main goal is Australia. So if your main goal is Australia, you sit for the APC exam, you pass and you work in Australia. But suppose you are not able to, sort of prepare, you don't have the time to prepare, you don't want to sit for any examination, then what you can do is you can, instead of getting general registration from New Zealand, you get registered with HCPC, which is a bit easier. to transfer your registration from HCPC to New Zealand, because the HCPC registered candidates get a special provision of international express pathway, which is easier for them to transfer. Then earlier what used to happen is, earlier the people working in New Zealand could easily transfer their registration to Australian Physiotherapy Council and work. But that has stopped. You have to practice in New Zealand
Okay.
for at least 2 years. Only then you can transfer your registration to Australia. So that is the block in between. That is what I was telling you.
Okay. So the pathway is not closed. मतलब वहाँ
No,
से भी
no,
जा
pathway
सकते
बंद नहीं हुआ है. Pathway बंद नहीं हुआ है. Pathway is not closed. Pathway has been closed in terms of continuous practice or simple transfer. Simple transfer has been closed because you need to sit for 2 years or practice for 2 years in New Zealand. The people sometimes know, they used to skip. They used to get the HCPC
Okay,
registration done and then they used to go. Okay. Yes.
One more question, ma'am. Ma'am, if we clear the written exam, then we can work as a limited registered physiotherapist in Australia.
Yes.
And after that, मतलब मुझे ये जानना है कि academically still help the student to clear the clinical exam.
No, we are right now only targeting on written exams. Clinicals are actually on board. People are working on it. But the thing is, no, when you prepare for the written exam, you basically have to prepare. देखो BTPT तो सबको आती है, right? You are a registered physiotherapist, you know. But the thing what differentiates you in academically is you get the Australian faculties trained you for the Australian guidelines, because ultimately Australia wants you to know their practice. Correct? So when you're preparing for the written exam, half of the things for practicals is any which way is prepared. And the second thing is, when you move to Australia as limited registered physiotherapist and you practice as limited registered physiotherapist, daily patient interaction, daily getting to know about guidelines and everything, you already know more than half for the practicals. Because in practicals also, they'll give you dummy patient, okay? And they'll ask you about the outcome, they'll ask you about the diagnosis. So wahi cheezein hain. So it's all in all the same. Written is not very different from practical, okay?
Or limited registered physio can earn good enough to survive there.
Yeah, definitely. If you talk about the currency of Australia and India, obviously there's a huge gap, right?
But the expense also in Australian dollar, no? So,
but then you need to travel there, and then only you can practice as limited registered physiotherapy, right? Any which ways you have to travel there.
okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, welcome. Yes, Skylar had a question. I'll come to Ruchi's question. Okay, Ruchi? Minutes.
Hello,
1 second,
ma'am. Good
Ruchi.
evening.
Kyler is not constantly pinging. He had raised his hand first, no? I'll just come to you.
Okay,
2 minutes.
good, sure. No
Greeting,
worries.
my mic can't
Okay.
be on, but I'm wondering, as pharmacist, I need to attempt a scholarship exam without going through a Kyla, this is a webinar for physiotherapy. Okay, is anybody there from the sales team who can take up this query of Kyler? He's a pharmacist, actually. Is anybody available? B Farm from India, registered professional pharmacist.
Wait, I'll take it.
He can
Wait.
share his
Okay.
contact number.
I'm there.
Okay, is this Vasanta?
Okay, Arindam
No,
is
no,
here.
this is-
Arindam is here.
I'm here. Wait.
Okay.
So I'm a graduate of B Pharmacy from India and registered as professional pharmacist in my country, Rwanda. So help me understand what's need to receive that scholarship in Australia. Okay. Kyla, the process for every healthcare professional, be it a pharmacist, dentist, or a doctor. See, if you want to register in Australia, the basic steps are all very simple, right? Get your documentation done, go ahead and write the required exam, right? And do the required English proficiency test and the OSCE exam, right? In case of pharmacist, obviously you have to do an internship in between, post which you have to go ahead and, write the intern oral written exam. There is no question of scholarship over here, right? So scholarship comes when you actually enroll yourself for a program or get yourself enrolled into university for higher education and all, right? So if it is a licensing thing that you're going ahead, you need to pay the required fees for appearing in the exam. And yes, if you're talking about direct admissions into MPharm, yes, we have a vertical called 𝗙𝗥𝗘𝗃. We do help people for admissions directly into MPharm, but for that, probably what you need to do is you need to focus on research, publications. These are things that we need to speak to you on a one-on-one basis and understand what are your credentials, post which we can help you up probably to understand which are the options or which are the universities that can offer you scholarships for MPharm. Okay, so I believe, Kaylor, if you can drop your number, along with that, do mention whether you are looking for a licensing preparation or a direct MPharm opportunity in Australia, and our team member will be connecting with you shortly based on your response. Thank you.
Thank you, Arindam, for the answer. Okay, Race Ruchi, please ask your question.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Ma'am, how much time is invested for the HCPC pathway usually?
2 months.
2 months.
Like if
Okay.
everything is ready, because basically the time doesn't take like a lot of time is not wasted in documentation or something, because if you bring it up to us, it is very fast. But the CIF form, which your college brings up, so it depends upon your college. For some people, the college is very prompt in action and they fill it up and they give it to us and we finish up with the process. Now then it comes from the HCPC about the rewards or whatever. But it depends upon your college, because the CIF form is really important, or because the documentation thing, we are very confident we will get that done for you. But the time actually given for CIF, yeah.
Okay. Ma'am, academically is totally helpful for the HCPC pathway also in comparison to the
Definitely. Yes, that is why it has been told
included in this. Okay.
We help
And
you.
ma'am, how many online lectures available for the per day, and what is the duration for the lecture on the daily basis?
APC
Yes,
you're talking
APC.
about? APC you
Yeah.
have lectures every day, sometimes 2 lectures on Monday.
And duration for the lecture, 1 hour or 2 hours?
2 hours. 2 hours to
Okay,
1
2
hour.
hours.
It depends, but it depends upon, see, there's no hour thing. Our faculties are more keen into explaining the topic to you properly. So until and unless people are, very well versed with it, we don't.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am, and one more question. Are there any limitations for the clinical exam appearance after the written examination?
No. Until and unless your interim certificate is valid, you need to renew that always.
Okay.
It's like 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. That's otherwise there's no limit. Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome, Ruchi. Okay, Akhil, you can please unmute yourself. Mazim Akhil. All right, Pratyusha, please unmute yourself. Yes, Pratyusha.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening.
Ma'am, after completing preparation for writing eligibility, all this, is academically apply document for APC Council, or ourselves will apply?
Nothing is there for APC. Once you finish up with your exam, written exam and practical exam, you just have, there's a small form and we'll guide you for that. There's a small form which you have to fill up and put up your details and you get registered with APRA. The main task is to clear the exam.
Okay. Ma'am, one more question. I'm from India, mainly from Telugu states, ma'am. I'm from India, mainly from Telugu. So I'm not that much fluent in English.
Okay.
Am I fit for this exam or Australia?
Yes. Why not? Your BPT was done in English only, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Then, if you can study a BPT course in English, you can prepare for APC also. And for English, we're any which is preparing you. Right? We prepare you for IELTS, OET, PT, any of you which that you can take, whichever is easier to you. And you can clear. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
But excuse me, you said that you are from Telugu state, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we have an office in Hyderabad,
Yes,
in
sir. I know
nearby
that.
Amirpet. Okay, the nearest metro station is Panjagutta.
Yes, sir.
So I'm right now over here in Hyderabad only, and our entire team is here. If you want, you can come over and we can have a face-to-face meeting with you.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Okay, great.
I'll try to come.
Sure, sure.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right. Akhil, Mazim Akhil, please unmute yourself. Yes, Sayam, you still have an issue?
Yes, so I wanted to ask that what will be the timing for the lectures which are live?
Our counselors will be connecting with you, Sayam, because it's a detailed thing. Okay. And lecturers are in Australia, so it will be according to Australian time. Right? You won't have lectures in the morning, total like very early morning or very early at night. So it will be within your scope. Okay. But the
Okay.
counselors will connect with you to give you a detailed description and video conferencing and everything of the course.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Pratyusha, I suppose your query is solved. Yes, Ruchi has one more query. I'm moving to Australia on spouse visa. So can you help me with decision making regarding APC and APC? Yes. Arindam, I think we can connect with Ruchi also to guide her properly because she's moving to Australia on spouse visa. Anybody from the sales team?
Sonal, I already had a word with her. So
Acha,
after
okay.
webinar, I will just connect with her again and I will explain the process.
Okay. All right, Vasanta. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Ruchi. So you stay connected with Vasanta, okay?
Thank you so much, ma'am. It would be great help for me to take the decision because I'm very much confused about this.
Array, it's okay. You take, Vasanta will guide you and then obviously you will come to me. So it's okay. You'll prepare well. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Mazim Akil. Okay, Sabina, go ahead with the question. Sabina?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
So I wanted a little clarification of what you said earlier. As I'm from a different country, but I have completed my degree from India. So is it compulsory for me to get IAP or it's okay with my country's registration?
IAP. IAP is compulsory.
Oh, it's not like that. If I'm registered in my
You're
country,
from which
then
country, Sabina?
I'm from Nepal.
Nepal. No, then Nepal Council would also do. But usually
Yes,
getting
I'm
IAP
already,
registration is not very tough. If you get it, that's fine. You get an easy eligibility.
actually, I'm already registered here in Nepal. So
It's okay. That will also help. That will also help.
okay. Okay,
In
ma'am.
your
Thank you.
passport, your nationality is Nepal. No? You have a Nepali
Yes,
passport,
yes,
right?
yes.
Then it's okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Sabina's thing is done. I think Akil, I'm waiting for you. Anyone else with any question? And you have a question? Dizzy, Pratyusha, Dipesh, Sayam, Dude, Gautam, Imsha, Insar, Juveria, Karthik, Kyler. So many people are there. Kishore, Masoom, Megha. No? Santoshi, Shruti, Isha, Vasanta. Anybody? Academic IELTS is required or general?
Academic.
Academic IELTS, guys.
Academic.
You're going for academic purpose, no? So academic. Okay, anyone else with any other question? No? Okay, I think we are good to wind up. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. HCPC also? Yes, Megha. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for joining this webinar. It was a great session and we had a good time interacting with all of you. We'll be hosting more webinars for the other healthcare professionals as well. We have a webinar coming up for the dentists also next week. Do check that out and share it with your friends and family if you have anybody from that scope. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye-bye. See ya. Take care. Good night. And hopefully, if you enroll, we will be connecting with you.